Yes.
We were starting at, I'm sorry.
On the edits that
On the
Cheyenne had
edits?
sent, yeah, to make sure that everything, because I looked over my notes and I have a couple things that she doesn't have that I had, so I don't know if we just need to clarify if it needs to be added, if it doesn't need to be added.
Hey Candace, got any ideas how to get this to open?
Yeah.
My thing didn't update, now I can't do nothing.
Gotta download
what?
something.
Any
I
attachments?
didn't download anything, my
Oh,
phone.
no.
You don't have an app that can open.
That's what mine says too.
Is it a PDF?
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Everybody's open, able to open
Is
PDFs.
it connected to the internet?
I bet it's not, forget you have to.
Every time, so, yeah.
I was like, this thing worked last week. I just thought because it updated it. Oh, Jesus, I'm on it now.
No, it's personal.
All right, let's try this
Hold
again.
on, the last Tuesday of the month, 29th.
This week,
Yeah,
good, bye.
yes, it's the 29th.
Oh, I get what you mean. We're gonna do that again and open this.
Last weekend.
And this is not live stream.
That's fine, she was.
Question.
Is it from Cheyenne or who's it from?
From Cheyenne.
I think it's from Cheyenne. I think you sent it out
The
too.
calendar at home, I have the calendar on my phone.
I don't remember.
Calendar at office.
Don't ask me to remember anything from beyond today.
She just sent it, it wasn't that far down.
It was just here a minute
It
ago.
was just here, maybe we don't know what's going
What date was that?
on. July 15th. Nope,
There you go.
I'm sorry, July
I
8th.
don't know what I did. I just clicked the button. Still, I got it.
Here, have this.
Got it to do something, anything.
Candace?
Yeah.
Can you come over here, because Chuck's still on, says he doesn't have it.
No internet?
No, I got the internet, just says I don't have the app to open that.
Open it up.
What the heck?
Go to, our tech lady.
We went and we did this exchange.
Try that.
Who did the yellow ones on the first one?
Those are the ones that, came from the judge. They talked, like, everything from Candace sent it, I think it was.
So we're starting at the top.
We're starting at the top. It should be quick to go through. I mean, there's only two things that I noticed.
We're starting at the beginning again.
Just on the.
I just on the changes that she updated, and we're not going through all of it. Just very quickly, like, there's just two things that I found.
Okay.
If anybody else found anything else.
They're right here.
Mhm, right here.
Thanks, Lovey.
I didn't even see
So
one.
install it.
Is it not?
All right, I'm gonna call this meeting to order at 5:33, we're 2 minutes late. Everybody is present.
Okay. Welcome, sorry.
All right, let's, Cheyenne, thank you so much for doing all these updates and getting these back to us. Did everybody have a chance to look through them?
Yeah.
Did anybody have any questions about anything that she had done? I do on page 10, if anybody has anything before that. I'm just trying to scroll through. Oh, maybe it was 10. On C, and it's highlighted, random drug test permitted at discretion of elected official in state of potential impartment.
That's supposed to be
I
impairment.
was like, I Googled that sentence and I'm like, I don't know what this means.
Impairment. I'll
Okay.
do impairment.
Impairment. In my notes, I had elected official or department head. And do we need to add department head to that? Or does it just need to stay elected official?
I would probably do an elected official, just elected official. Because the department head, like especially under the judge, they're gonna, like, let's say Greg Ashton, for example, he's gonna go to the judge like, hey, something. So I think they'll go to their elected official. But that's just my opinion.
Okay,
I agree, I would go just to the elected
elected
official.
official. Everybody okay with keeping it elected official and then just changing it to impairment, not impartment?
Oops. We'll talk about it.
No, it's fine. I can't add about everything that she
There's a
did.
lot of
That's-
edits,
yeah,
so
that's
I'm
the
working
only
on
thing
that.
we have, right? Page 12. I think that was the same thing. J, was it? Yeah, the second sentence, only elected officials or supervisors, and I think I had written, or department heads as well have been trained. So that's probably fine, we're fine with not putting department, I had department heads in both of those on my notes that we probably we're gonna add to that. But I'm cool with it if it's not. if that's
Where
what-
at, I'm sorry?
On
On
J,
J.
reasonable suspicion testing, that
Oh,
second
so-
sentence,
The supervisor is pretty much the
department head.
department heads for the most. We can add that though.
I'm just, that's just what I have.
You
in my
know,
notes.
I mean, just sitting here thinking about this, sorry, should I?
No,
was I supposed
no,
to
no,
read
no,
my-
you're fine. Go ahead.
You may want to have it and/or,
And-
just because you might not be able to get a hold of your elected official. And
Or
if
if
you
they're
have
gone.
some, or if they're gone, I mean, whatever the case is, and you're not able to get that okay from that elected official, and you got somebody who you know is drinking and driving a grader,
Right,
or
right.
whatever the case is, you know, you
Just
want
like
to
a
be,
backup.
that's right.
Both lines are just.
I would do it on both.
So department head, so elected official, department head, and or supervisor for that? Okay, that sounds good. All right.
Do that on page 12 as well. or-
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
to
do it
as
on
well,
both.
after
That way it's consistent.
Do it on 10 and 12.
10 C, it was, 10, page 10, letter C.
You want the verbiage to be the same.
Sweet.
I mean, I think it needs to be made clear with the department heads and supervisors that
I-
they are to get with their elected official, but if it is not, if the availability is not there, they need to make the call.
All right, then those down.
Perfect. Those are the only two things that I had out of all of those pages that she sent. So it was very, very minor. But I was like, I just want to get clarification because I went through my notes that I've written. Okay, so let's see. I gotta find where we're at. We left off at the right before the overtime leave liability control procedure. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
page
off.
Page 17 on the printed one.
Yeah, the printed one with the comments.
Is it 16 on the tablet? Yes, it's 16 on the tablet.
Letter D.
Yeah.
5.
I drew a
However you want to look at it.
Yeah.
that blue line. where
Yeah,
the
she
dot-
did, she put a blue line right there.
Oh, yay. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna take out all of them, right, we need to kind of save all of that, actually, we're down probably to administrative leave and other benefits. We have that, how many days?
We discussed
J.
I, J, or K?
Never mind.
Oh, well, in the new one with the comments, I went ahead and I fixed the lettering. So I don't know,
appreciate that.
I don't know what the old one, whether it's lettered.
It'd be that we would have like letter F, but
I'm sorry, what page did you say we were on?
it's 17 on your tablet.
Okay, because I was like, I don't see those letters.
17 is letter I is listed as no
No.
county gifts.
Yeah.
And then she added the employee trust and grooming standards
Some of that is from the old.
from the old one
policy.
that we were bringing over, yeah.
Yeah, everything,
In the code of ethics.
yeah, everything that's underlined in that J with red was the old policy. What's not underlined is what has been added.
Everybody okay with J? There's codes with grooming standards, that's great. Code of ethics. Okay, group insurance, administrative leave and other benefits on page 18. Group insurance. Of the hours. And we added the new schedule for the contribution rates that was handed out to us last time.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in my stack of stuff that I went through. Perfect. Any questions so far on that? Retirement insurance?
I did not, I missed the, that needs to be letter B, which would change all of those following letters. Is blank.
Oh, the retirement one.
Yeah.
Okay, we can add that. Good catch. You have to go to manually, like read the letter, everything, or does it automatically calculate that?
I'm sorry.
Does it automatically calculate if you add a letter or change a letter? Or do you
Uh,
have to go in
It should, yeah.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I don't report on, so sure, yeah, no biggie.
So that should be the
Yeah, it should, retirement should be
B.
Yeah.
Holiday leave.
So Juneteenth, a holiday in the county,
We
don't
don't celebrate it here.
not in the county.
you ran here to have it at a water company.
That's a Texas thing.
Yeah.
Well, our banks follow it.
Banks closed, the post office didn't work.
Is it an international holiday now?
Yeah. It
Supposedly,
is, it's
but
a federal.
most people aren't observing.
But we trade in a holiday for turkey trot.
Even though we did the trade, it's still not by law.
Exactly. It's, well, we give enough. I mean, it matches how many days what we would have. If we
Legally, we don't, even though we give the trade zone legally, we do not have to give you people.
That is correct. That is correct. As long as you have the same number.
There is one that we trade off for turkey trot, but I don't remember which one. it is.
Day.
Columbus
Columbus Day,
Day. Thank you. I was like, I know there is one in there.
but we also give Christmas Eve. So,
Yeah, which,
and that trades off for Juneteenth. I guess it's that.
the Friday after Thanksgiving is not a holiday either.
No.
No, and we give that.
You get your employee birthday off. Thoughts?
I'm not having it with it.
Anything else?
The only thing I don't like about it is that you have to use it within 30 days. Like, my company has, it's called a floating holiday. It's basically your birthday. But
Right.
you can, if you wanna take off whatever, you can pick
You
that.
can use it.
Yeah, you
whenever.
can, you don't have to use it within,
We used to give 3 floating holidays, or that you could use at any time for whatever. you want.
Yeah, we changed that last year. We used to give a year.
yeah, I
But
think,
it was super hard to track and people would forget to take it and then want to take it like the day before it expired and then take their next one like the day after. It was a tracking issue and it was kind of in a way getting abused.
so the bottom line is a mess.
There you go. So we changed it to 30 days, so you use it or you lose it.
Yeah, that's the way ours is. Ours is from like January 1 to December the 31st, but it's one of them, all your other vacation time can roll over, but you don't use it, you just wasted it, 8 hours pay.
Right, right.
I'm gonna back up just a little bit to the beginning part of the holiday pay. So one of the things that, and I've gotten feedback from a couple of people, and I honestly don't remember who it was from. I wanna say it was Melissa Ken, but don't quote me on that. About like it says all holiday will be served at 8 hours of regular pay. Well, the road employee worked 10 hours, everybody in the law enforcement center works 12, the other offices work 8. So do we need to separate that? It would spell that all out there.
That has been brought up
That's been brought up to me
by
by a lot of
a
people.
lot of those people.
Yeah.
Because
From
they're
what-
getting short
From
hours.
what, exactly,
They have to
because
use
then they
comp.
have to use comp time or vacation time or something
Or
to make
your
up
work.
those hours,
Right.
so that they get paid a full 40. And from what I understand, the county used to give all departments holiday pay of whatever hours that they're working. Whether they're a department that works 8 hours, they get 8 hours. If they're a department that works 10 hours, they get 10 hours. It can be done. I can make sure that it's tracked correctly.
Okay.
How, it's all up to you, what you want to do.
I don't think it's fair if they've got a holiday and it's.
Oh, well, believe me, they don't
The
think
ladies
it's
that
fair
work
either.
here, the ladies and gentlemen that work here in the courthouse, they get their full 8 hours, but
That's
the road crew, they get shorted 2 hours.
That is correct.
Law enforcement for
I
Hey,
believe me.
If it's your birthday and you take off, you either have to work 4 hours of that day, or you lose 4 hours of pay to take off.
So I think we need to add that in there specifically.
Yeah, and that's, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it for holidays, you probably should do like she's saying, for the birthday as well.
Yeah.
You get the amount of hours that whatever you
Right.
normally work.
Well, the birthday falls under like the holiday, that's
It is
considered like
okay.
the holiday. thing.
Okay,
That's
I
why
just
it
wanted,
needs to
I
be
just wanted to make
specified
sure that
there.
that was all thrown in together, because I get it all.
In that, so, I don't know, how do we want to word this?
Needs to be worded, something about you will be,
According to your shit.
yeah, according to your.
I was
shift.
gonna
Holidays
say,
shall
here
be
is,
observed.
if holiday hours will be granted at the amount of hours that you normally work for your department, I mean, something to that effect.
Does it need to be spelled out specifically, like,
I would say department, because if the department ends up changing or something like that, then you're gonna have to go change it.
okay.
So I would just put whatever, you get a holiday hours for the hours that you normally work.
All holidays should be observed based on your department's
Schedule.
Regular shifts or.
your
Regular
department's
schedule.
scheduled hours shift.
Sure.
Ours would
Holidays
be
will
shit,
paid
so
for
like.
scheduled hours of, I don't know, I'm just talking about.
Hours, typical hours per day.
Holidays will be paid at shorter. What'd you say?
Whatever your typical hours per day work day is.
Typical-
Typical work.
Your typical department,
Normal
what?
shift and workday.
Your normal shift in a workday. We pay at your normal shift in a workday. everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
I saw that later on, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay,
So just devil's advocate here, this, what was the holiday we just had?
Fourth of July.
Um,
I
It's
know,
like September. Like, the judge gave everybody off at noon the day before, and I think I kind of asked about that. I feel like our guys sort of get the shaft there. I don't know how the road department or whatever does it, but like, we work every holiday. So not only do we have to work, but then we lose out, they lost 4 hours of benefits or that the rest of the county was sort of granted. I don't know, I mean, it was considered regular hours, so I didn't turn that in as holiday for them, but it's basically an extension of a holiday. It was granted as an extension of a holiday.
The only way
That kind of,
you can take out the additional holidays, maybe complained by the county judge, you can take that out. But
well, I mean, if he has the ability to do that, there should be compensation for the people that work holidays, whether it's, I don't know. I feel like we're the two departments,
Well-
probably gonna affect.
in my opinion. I mean, if he makes that kind of a call and everything, it should be granted for all employees of the county.
Except we can't take off. Correct.
Well, it doesn't matter if you can't take off, you still should get those 4 hours.
Yeah, my deal was,
Yeah,
I want
you
to
still
put 4 hours
You
of holiday
should
down.
still get those 4 hours of pay, just like you do when you're on holiday. If you're on a holiday, you get paid that holiday time, plus you get paid the
Right.
amount of hours that you're working. So if he granted another 4 hours of, per se, holiday pay, then those 4 hours should have been granted on every employee of the
But
holiday.
it's turned in as regular hours.
That's fine, turn it in as regular hours on the timesheet, just like every other
It
employee.
wasn't
did.
budgeted for holidays, that's why.
Right.
That's why I'm
where we
saying,
do
our guys
do
lost
our
that.
Yeah,
holiday
there
schedule.
was no budgeting because we didn't know we were gonna do that.
Okay.
Right, so if it's regular
Calculation.
I
hours.
just think if an auditor comes in there and they're like, you didn't work that, and you have regular hours, I mean, I'm stickler about what a time you
Well,
work.
if there's
As long as it's all
line
documented,
budget
an auditor is not gonna say anything.
Well, we have people look at our time sheet.
No, I understand that, I tell people look at time sheets too. As long as you have it documented, you're fine.
Or if we
line
just
allows
stick with the holiday pay, or the holidays that we're supposed to be off, and not do the extended holidays, we don't have.
or if he wants to close early, that's fine, if employees want to be paid, then they have to take on their vacation time. And that's the other way to get around it. He has the authority, if he wants to close early or extend a holiday before or after.
Then you go to the next section, circle back down to it.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, because that's something,
Because if we
It
go
will
to
be
the next
debated.
section, then we'll affect this section.
Well, that's true. Well, back in, up here in holiday, it says if a holiday falls on a Saturday or Sunday, the holiday will be observed on Monday, following the holiday. Is that what we do now? I don't know, okay.
Those holidays are gonna be like Independence Day,
Christmas, New Year's Day.
the rest of them usually have their set Mondays or.
Right.
So,
I know what we do, like if the holiday falls on a Saturday, we get the Friday off, the Friday before that. Or if
That
it
would
falls
make
on
it
a
so
Sunday,
much better.
you get the Monday off.
Right.
I mean, that's just, that's the way
Friday
we do it.
before instead of Monday of,
Right.
that definitely would help.
Oh, gosh, yeah, that helps, Taylor, if you did it that way.
It would be.
So why
We can
why
change
couldn't
that.
we change
We can
that?
change
Like,
that.
if the holiday falls on Saturday, you get Friday
You get
off. If it
Friday.
falls on Sunday, you get Monday off.
I would be loving it.
We will
if-
do
I
it so
would
we're
love
changing
it if
to
y'all did that.
Monday before the holiday instead of the, the Friday before the holiday instead of
But
the
we
Monday
can go
following.
Saturday.
That would be easy language to
The
change.
pay week, or
yeah, how does your payroll run?
payroll starts on Friday, starts on Saturday,
Starts on Saturday.
which I don't know if that matters in this situation.
Well, what I'm thinking though is because we do payroll on Monday, so the
Right.
the more holidays that we put on Monday, that just shortens the week to be able to get payroll done.
I understand what you're-
because, yeah, there's a deadline, you have to get payroll in by,
Right,
and.
I know what,
that's what I'm looking
Time.
I know what combined like
on Monday.
if you have, if Monday is a holiday, timesheets have to be turned in and approved by Friday.
well, that's what I try to do, there's certain departments that won't, that can't do it, so.
Right.
We're
But if it was one department versus the whole county.
Well,
Oh, I
I'm
get
aware
it.
my almost half the.
And I do ask for that to be
Right.
done.
Yeah,
so.
and she knows, like, and I'll email it to her over the weekend. so she
Right.
has it.
That way I have it in there
I
on
work for
Monday.
your department, what works better for
Which
you?
part?
Say it's just.
Saturday.
everything
Falls on
Monday,
Saturdays,
Tuesday,
or
I
Friday.
But
Yeah,
Falls on
that's,
Sunday.
that's very much.
anything, any holiday that falls on a Saturday, you get Friday. If it falls on a Sunday, you get Monday. It's not
Okay, let's just add it then.
And would that work with you? Yeah, say we just do that.
What are we changing it to?
So the second sentence of holiday should read, it says right now, if a holiday falls on a Saturday or Sunday, the holiday will be observed on Monday. We want it to say, if a holiday falls on a Saturday, the holiday will be observed on Friday. If the holiday falls on a Sunday, it will be observed the Monday following the holiday. And it's probably two different sentences there, but that way it's clear.
Got it.
You could do something like holiday observed the Friday, like
The Friday
holiday falls on Saturday, is
On-
observed the Friday
before
before, or
the holiday,
Yeah.
and Sunday observed the Monday
Monday
following.
following. Yes. So we're okay with all the holidays that are listed. Now we're back to all that right now. I can certainly that. Bolton doesn't like the employee birthday.
From, you know,
I get it, I get it.
I don't
You
think-
could change it to a floating holiday. I just hate to see, me personally, any kind of benefits like that taken away from our staff, because our staffs, I mean, honestly, they're not paid that well. The more benefits that you can give them, the better.
leaving the thought is a good idea, I just don't think that's necessary.
We'll just call it a floating.
Are we gonna keep the 30 days after must be used?
Yes, I believe that. It's just easier for bookkeeping wise to have that all done there.
It doesn't matter to me. I can make it work however y'all want it to work. I figured out the system pretty well. I think I can make it work pretty easy.
Are we putting a sentence in there saying, or are we gonna come back to that about extended holiday?
Let's go to next
Go to
two.
the next one, come circle back to that, we need to add that, okay. Anybody else have anything on holiday? All right, vacation leave.
The next three, reviews, yeah.
Yeah, because some of that's probably changed, okay. You really help people think vacation in 30-minute increments. I'm just gonna ask that question. because
Yes.
That's really,
We do. Because people, if they don't have sick time or something like that, and they have an appointment, and they need to use 1.5 hours to be able to do that, they do it.
okay.
And, yeah, I technically right now it's supposed to be a half day, so.
I think a half day would be, that's, but when you start talking hours and or minutes and stuff like that, I think it's
I don't think
ridiculous.
you should have, I don't think, if you have an appointment at Mountain Home, a doctor's appointment, and you can do that, you know, it takes 15, whatever, you're going to give blood, and it takes you 15 minutes, but it takes you 30 to drive back and forth, I don't think you should have to take half day off.
Exactly.
I would be, if I was a county employee in those cases, I'd just be like, well, forget it, I ain't going to the doctor.
I don't want to spend my vacation time.
Yeah, who wants to
Like,
spend their vacation time going?
Like, I'm stuck with an hour and a half right now because I can't do anything with it.
Right.
Well, that's what comp time's for. We take comp time too.
Yeah,
Not
some
everybody
departments
gets
aren't allowed
comp
to
time
have
either.
comp time.
Yeah.
We've got office departments who don't earn comp time,
That's right,
or if they do, it's very rarely.
maybe.
Okay,
the
we'll leave it
election-
at the 30 minutes, as long as you all have to deal with that, that just seems very, very, I don't know, that's just weird to me, sorry.
Just working.
So does this look like y'all are changing it from instead of at the 1 year mark, you get 40 hours, at 90 days, you get 40 hours?
Well, you get it upon hire, except you can't use it for 90 days.
Yes.
You sped up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it says vacation leave begins to accrue with the first day of work, but not eligible to request vacation leave before completing the 3 months of continuous full-time regular employment at the county.
Where's that at?
And see, I missed it.
Under the first highlight, I don't know why it's not highlighted actually. Right above the 30-minute increment, actually.
Oh, okay, I see, I'm looking now, okay.
And I believe the judge wanted that change, right?
What?
Did we discuss that, or is that an old policy? Karen, you know?
No, I think that was something new because people weren't being able to take, wasn't that right? They weren't being able to take it?
You don't get 40.
Yeah,
until
you
We don't get 40 until a year.
This is new.
We're trying to bring, make that more appeasing for new employees coming in. Hey, you get vacation at 90 days now.
That's the way my company is, like, you start accruing from the day you're hired, but you can't use it till after your 90-day probation,
Yeah,
right?
that's,
Whatever you wanna call
There's
it.
just not an accrual on here, it's just a set number, correct?
yeah, 40 days.
40 hours.
40 hours.
40 days.
90 days.
Hey!
I just got back last night. I'm exhausted. Bear with me, guys.
So at year 2, on your second year anniversary, you get 80 hours.
Correct.
No, it says afterwards, beginning their 3rd year of employment.
Yes, that came from the old policy. It's very confusing. If we want to
I hate
edit the
it.
wording, it's the second year of employment, second through your 8th.
So we need to just get rid of that beginning your 3rd.
Thank
Seven,
you.
at your second
Oh my
year
Okay.
anniversary, you get 80.
Thank
Okay.
you. I have went round and round.
Yeah, she's like, I don't like it.
So basically, there's all those,
Here we go.
3 things.
Get rid of
Where it
the
says
italicized wording.
Where they tell you
Beginning
you
your
get 80
life.
hours at 2 to 8 years.
Yeah, I'm
But then they try to say, no, you don't get it until the 3rd.
Right, because your second year starts at your 1 year anniversary.
Yep, okay.
So does that mean to go away on the 8 through 15?
Yeah.
and
Yep,
15
all of
plus?
it.
Like,
And you're also changing 40-hour carryover to 80?
Yes, judge was
That'd be
more
great.
carryover, like, because the road shop, they can't take vacation because they're constantly trying to fix from all the catastrophes last
Yeah.
year. They can't take their vacation, so they're losing it because they're maxed out and they can't carry forward, for example. So he wants to up it, so they're not losing as much vacation carryover.
Next question.
I- I would like to see if we're trying to promote longevity with the county, which I know that's one of the things that the judge has made mention of, trying to, we want people to stay. I think if you're here for 2 years or up to 8 years, that's a big time frame to be, if I'm here 8 years and Colton's starting his 2nd year and he gets the same vacation that I do, that sucks.
Thank you. I agree.
I think that they need to earn more time before 8 years.
I agree. I mean, most companies do it at the 5-year mark.
That's, you
Yeah.
read my mind,
1 to
Gene.
5 or 2 to 5?
2 to
2 to
5.
5.
2 to 5,
5 to 8.
80 hours.
And then 8,
all of them that I've been with have capped it at 10. You know, there was no 15. If you're there for 10 years, that's where the cap was at. But, you know, if you want to have a 10 and a 15, whatever, but
2 to 5 is 80,
2 to 5 is 80, 5,
10,
is 5 to 10 too much, too far?
2 far out.
I just think there's people in the county that have been here for 15 and 20 years that are, you know,
So 2 to 5, 80 hours, 5 to
once you start your 6th year,
8 or
Eight.
10.
5 to 8 is 120.
5 to
and then
8.
8 to 10 is 160.
It'd be 6 to 8, would it not?
Yeah,
I'm
6 to
sorry,
8 was what?
6 to 8. 6 to 8
So
would be
only
120,
I would do 6 to 10.
6 to 10,
120. We're trying to eliminate 15. Or,
And then anything after 10, you get
160.
160, that's the cap, all you get.
Let me throw this
Go
out.
up to 10 and then 10 above.
I think if you're here more than 15 years though, there should be a bonus at that point in time, like.
You could do something for every year after 15, you get 5 extra days or whatever. I mean, how many employees is that gonna be?
How many people have been with
I don't know
the
how many
county?
people go
Oh,
county for more than 15.
That I would have to look up. But
I would say at least
I
a
don't know off
handful.
the top of my head, but I would say out of
Is it?
114 that we have,
So
maybe
Well,
10.
Can I ask a question, though?
Absolutely, but not current.
once we,
Because he would have to take that.
whatever we come up with here goes to Russo, right?
Yes,
Stuff,
he's got
okay.
it, yes,
Then does it come back to the quorum court then?
yes,
We vote on it,
yes.
but does it fall under the same category like the judge then can veto anything within this?
You can do that on any ordinance.
You can do
Right, but I
anything.
mean this too, right?
Correct.
And then it'll
okay.
come back to us.
Okay, so I mean, if we put something down, it could be subject to change.
Absolutely, this is not in stone. This is just our recommendations that we're
Right.
sending forward. Okay, so,
I'd say if he's looking to keep people here,
2 to
for
5,
that,
go ahead.
for that 160 hours, I don't know, 10, if it was 10 plus, you know, on or 12 plus on. How many people do you think are here that long?
There's quite a few in the road department.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is. There's quite a few in the road department. I was gonna say, maybe, out of the whole
Anybody,
county, 10.
the courthouse been here that long?
Yeah, most of them are in the road.
Nicole, I think Nicole and I, she's been here 11, I've been here 10.
I was saying the road department.
I would say roughly 10 employees, that long. But I can get the number and let you
I'd
know
say-
for sure.
Just go with 10 plus at 160.
Right. The other thing that I would add on this as well is because a big portion of these people that have been here that long are our road department crew. And sometimes they can't take that vacation because they're always out there.
That's the same.
I've always had my carryovers match the amount of vacation that they get. You know, I don't put out a flat 80 hours for everybody. Because if you got somebody that's getting 160 and they can only roll over 80 hours, that's a lot of hours that they gotta take, especially if they had to roll over 80 hours last year because they had 2 floods and a tornado, you know, and weren't able to use it. So then they're losing their money. And those people deserve that. They've worked hard for it. They've been here for that long. So do you give them more rollover? Or do you allow them to be paid out on vacation if they can't roll over? One or
What's
the
the
other.
policy now? Do we pay
Policy
out?
now is everybody gets 80 hours to roll over, or 40 hours to roll over, and you lose it.
Now, I do know
You
that,
lose it.
I do know that the sheriff has written a letter for 2 deputies who could not take vacation. They're gonna lose it, so he allowed people.
Yeah.
And I think that they can, I think the elected officials.
The elected official can, yeah, they can write the letter to allow them to roll over it. I've seen it happen, not yet.
I don't know when that happened. I haven't been here all that long.
Do we need to, again, I'm talking out loud. Is there, does it need to be justifiable? Like, it's gotta be, the road department, they've had floods, like, there's reasons why they can't take vacation, they're short-staffed at the law enforcement, or do we need to, you know, do you have people that just don't take vacation and want to pay out for? I guess that's my question.
Well, I know, I think so, because,
So it's gotta, I think that we have to have it, like, it has to be a justifiable reason why you're being paid out for it, not just because you do want to take vacation and you want that extra paycheck.
I think at the transfer station, I think sick time got rolled over because, maybe it was vacation. Something got rolled over because of short staff. I thought it was,
My sick caps at 240 no matter what, so.
it might have been vacation. So maybe
I think they were letting the elected official determine that extent.
Yeah, to justify it.
I don't, but it still seems weird to me that you can, whether, if you're getting 160 hours, that you can only roll over this many, you know? I mean, it should match the amount.
There's no way I can do that.
I can't wait to take vacation leave, sick time, return it.
That's the way ours is. Ours is PTO per hour, and you get X number, if you've been there from 1 to 5. Ours is 1 to 3 years, you get like 6.76 hours or something, I don't know, I figured out the hours. And then if you've been there from 3 and on, you get, it's almost 8 hours, it's like 7.97 hours or something, I don't know why they just call it 8 or whatever. And then ours used to cap at 100, you could only carry over 120 hours. But we got short staffed and there were people that wouldn't take vacation and stuff like that. So we raised ours, you can carry over 160 hours. Once you bank 160 hours, you don't bank anymore. Like you either have to take it off or something.
Right.
We could eliminate both these sections and turn it into PTO and.
Yeah, ours has, like, when we do our time sheet, like, for the July the 4th, our system, and I don't know what system you guys use, but our system automatically puts in, like, on July the 4th, you have 8 hours of holiday pay.
If we had a time clock, it would. We don't have time clocks, we have paper sheets.
We have time.
I can see where that would
have a time clock?
main,
I would love to know.
I can see where that would mainstream everything.
Yeah, because then if you're at the road department or the law enforcement or you're in the courthouse or whatever,
Law enforcement, we can do it in the jail, we can't do it in law enforcement because they're on duty the minute they get in their terms. So they clock mobile. They're on mobile. So I don't have the jail on mobile, they have to be in the building control and dispatch.
yeah, we have an app, like if you're out in the field.
Right, and it'll show where you're at when you clock in.
Yeah,
Most of
I
them.
think, yeah, ours does, ours like,
There's no time clock system that integrates with the payroll system we use. But it wouldn't stop us from being able to use some kind of time clock system and build out the reports and, you know, and be able- I'm data entering it anyway, so I could data enter it from time to time. I haven't done paper time sheets.
I'm thinking, what if I'm 10 minutes later, or my kid off at school, I'm just trying to clock
Well,
off.
if you're,
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes
if you're
or whatever.
your supervisor signing off on it,
Yeah.
you're signing off on it, so.
I work with our time sheets.
What?
So I know, I'm like, really? And ours is more difficult because we all work from home.
Which time system do y'all use?
You pay 8.
Have you checked that they're so expensive?
Oh, I know.
Oh, right, they're so.
Oh, I see.
We started that as we, yes, okay.
If we do PTO and we decide to set up a sick bank, Does not need to be in the manual, it needs to be over to the side as a one.
Say that again?
We do,
We talked about creating a sick bank. They tried, or started.
Oh, are you talking about like if we wanna donate it?
Yeah, like
Is
say
that
I
what
work
you're
for the
talking
county
we
and
can change this. to
Jackie was
PTO.
sick, I could give her, and she's out of sick time, like I could give her X number of hours.
We can change these two deals to PTO, and we still want to create a sick bank. Wouldn't be in the policy, we would put it aside as what?
Well, I mean, if you combine everything as PTO, you would be donating your PTO.
But we don't
I mean,
do
because you're combining everything, you're making it all hours for paid time off.
But
You're not having vacation and sick separated.
you get a law enforcement officer that thing that wants to give up 12 hours. Well, you got 8-hour people, and that's where.
I think our guys have talked, and they'd rather keep our building separate. They want to do their own, and stuff.
Catastrophically. I just think it gets really messy trying to combine it. Like, I can see where it would simplify things, but
I think we should at least think about, because like we just have PTO and I can use it for vacation. I can use it because I gotta go to the doctor or, hey, I just don't want to work today. I'm gonna take the day off.
I need a mental health.
I need a mental health day, so I'm just not
Well,
gonna
you know
go.
how much that'd be used in our building, like,
yeah.
You're so young. No, I'm just
I can't
kidding.
even tell you. They're willing to not get paid for that.
But to me, that seems easier than say you've got 80 hours of vacation.
Oh,
but
it
you've got
is definitely.
30 hours of sick time. I don't even
Because
know.
it's only one bank that you're having to take care of, so it's
Yeah.
definitely
So
easier.
would we keep the same
City company.
40, 80, 120, 160 bank or scale?
Well, I mean,
Turn PTO into
people are
PTO.
used to their, how many hours that they have now and everything. And if you change it over to PTO and you don't keep those numbers similar and everything, they're gonna say we're short.
Yeah.
You know, so you're gonna have to look at having, we get 96 hours a year and sick. So you're gonna need to put that 96 hours.
Yeah.
And if somebody is at 80, then they get 70, whatever it is, 76 hours. So you're gonna have to make sure that that 1 to 2 years or whatever is 76 hours, and the other one is 96 plus that many hours.
See, that's why I think it gets messy, because when you get to the sick time as well,
I think they should be separate.
we go back to, okay, the office worker, most of the people in the county work 8 hours, but the road and quarry work 10 hours, the law enforcement center works 12. Like, so you're looking at all these different hours, how you gonna separate that depending
So
on.
for, our thought was we'd like to keep, I guess, the sick separated from the other.
Yeah.
That way you could do the catastrophic, because you as an employee decide how many hours you're gonna donate in there. And there's records and all kinds of stuff to keep up, to maintain that. And then use it, you'd have to apply for how many hours you're gonna need if you're somebody who needs to keep it. So there's accountability on both sides.
Yes.
But you're not combining comp with, like, vacation hours to PTO, right?
No, comp would
Can't-
be,
He was,
comp
Colton
would,
suggested
comp
combining
wouldn't be-
sick time and
comp would,
vacation into all in one, like just kind of PTO. But I think it's
PTO
gonna
would,
be too sticky.
I mean, you would have to make PTO just sick and vacation. Comp is earned by
Yeah,
overtime,
it's a-
you can't separate that one. Holidays, I wouldn't separate, I would put holidays as their own as well, I wouldn't put that.
Yeah, that's the way, ours holidays are.
Why can't we add, I think those scale match sick and
You could, on PTO. I mean, because it's vacation and sick, so you would just, whatever your scale is, add those together and put it all.
say, what if an individual employee is out of vacation time, but they have sick time and they're not sick, but they want to take it on vacation?
You are forcing that employee to call in and lie
Yeah.
and say that they're sick so that they can use that sick. That's what.
Why do we care though?
Sure.
They've earned their sick time, they've earned their time off,
That's right.
So just turn in PTO and they can do whatever they want.
That's the way it is with our company, but I know it doesn't work the same. I.
Why do you disagree, Shane? What do you see about it?
I think it should stay separate just for tracking purposes. I don't know. That's
What's
just-
the point,
What's
that-
the-
that-
what
what's
do
the
you want
max
to
point?
track?
Like, what's the max point where you can start donating this? Because if it's vacation and sick together, to me, I only wanna donate sick to somebody who's got a catastrophic
But
event.
if it's just PTO, what you're donating PTO, it's not sick, it's not vacation, it's just PTO, so what are you donating? You're donating PTO.
Like Jackie said, well, you could be donating to someone's vacation.
But then, yeah, exactly, and then when you combine the two, like she's saying, everybody's gonna be like, you're taking away my time, you're shorting us, because you get
Typically, if
X
you're
amount
gonna,
of sick, you get the same amount of sick every year, but you get a different amount of vacation depending on how much you've been here, so are you essentially taking away hours accrued?
you're going to donate your time. You're not just gonna throw it in a bank, you're gonna figure out that Joe's bad sick, he needs help.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a lot of time here, Joe.
Is there a max though, Colton, that that you can stop letting them earn?
We'll have to put that in the policy, whatever we can work out. If we change it.
You could do something like, if it,
Because nobody's gonna donate if they're under the max. They're probably not gonna donate unless it's some crazy.
you could, we would just have to figure out a max, like,
Focus be your 240 plus your vacation max.
yeah. I mean, I agree, because I think we live in a small enough community, you're gonna know if, whoever, like, we're gonna know if they're sick, or if they're just like, oh, hey, I'm gonna take a day off.
I mean, I don't mind the separation personally, but I'm at the point I just now got to my 240. And so now I'm donating. I would be donating that to somebody, but now it's just, I lose a benefit right now. I don't get 8 hours for everybody else.
You're burning money. You're taking a lighter and burning that money.
You really didn't lose a benefit of being sick.
Long time.
Because I'm not a sickly person and I'm not taking, some people burn through it like crazy. They don't have any sick
Well, a lot
time
of
all the
people-
time.
But a lot of people burn through it because they don't wanna, lose it. They look at it as it's accrued time that they have earned. And if they wanna take the day off, they're gonna call in and say they got a doctor's appointment or they're sick or whatever, whether they
Why
are
would
or they're
you-
not.
Why would you burn through your time, your vacation time, when you could burn your sick time that you're normally taking?
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
So when I start having sick on my time sheet, I'm like,
Yeah. And it's silly to let that go. In all honesty, I mean,
That is-
that's time
it is
that's
benefit.
So, Mark had worked for a company for 25 years before we moved down here. And they had it where it was ridiculously low, I'm not saying that. I think earning a day a month is ridiculously high because there are people that earn it as fast as they earn it. Type thing, but theirs was like, they earned like 4 sick days a year, it was like 1 a quarter. And when they got to 30 sick days, which 5 days a week, that's 6 weeks. They got paid out for 2 of them, so they still had 20 sick days if they, God forbid, something happened. And then every time they hit that 30 mark, they got paid out another 10 for another 2 weeks. It took them like 7 years to hit that 30, but then once you hit that 30, like every couple of years, I was getting an extra 2-week check, like, that's incentive not people to work it all up.
Exactly.
and not be face it.
And not be fixing,
That's right.
because you have the time.
Because I know several employees that have told me that they use it because they've earned it
They've earned it.
and they don't wanna lose it.
And they're still gonna get paid for it regardless. Maybe they need the money.
Well,
now.
I mean,
Why do it if you
if they retire, say they're gonna retire and they got 240 hours, they just lose that. I mean, that's why judge put in here to be able to pay out sick leave if
Yeah.
somebody leaves and
Yeah.
everything. Because that does help in that situation.
So again,
Actually, you can prove it's 30, If you were retiring, can you catch up to 240?
Not now.
Not right now.
Losing them. That's why there's several of our, I know road people and stuff that, have been here for 20 years and they are close to those maxes, but they use time every month because
You know,
they don't wanna lose all that they've worked hard for all their
Sick time
years.
is the same way, if you don't use it, you lose it.
I'm sorry,
Sick time is the same way.
that's what sick time is, they lose that.
you can roll over
Vacation.
80 hours vacation.
Vacation, they do get that
How-
unless
how
they
much?
weren't able to use
What's the cap on vacation?
'It's 40 right now.
40 is the cap that they can roll
Roll
over. And what is
It's like
I don't know if I have to.
200, I believe,
It has
is
to
the
be
cap.
200, it's
that they
160
can-
plus the
You
40.
can go up to 200.
Yeah, because you roll over
Yeah.
40, the top that you can get is 160, so 200 is the max that you can ever.
And then if you at the end of the year, or at your anniversary, you lose all but 40 of it.
Which is,
But y'all are trying to change it to 80 on
yeah,
this round.
Correct.
but still, for somebody who's been here for 20 years and they're getting 160, that's still even hard.
For people that just can't take 4 weeks off. Yeah. I'm not gonna be here that long. I can't take 4 weeks off a year. I got something to do before we get going.
And it definitely needs
Here's
to
another
be
thing.
looked at.
I knew this was gonna take us a while to get through this, because there's so many things that are like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna make everybody happy, but two,
If we went to PTO, how can we structure it?
again, I mean, it's gonna depend on how you structure it. Yeah, I mean, I can look up on Sherman stuff and look at some of their policies that they have and everything for PTO and for sick and for, vacation.
It would have to just go by years of service if that's what we're doing it,
And
because
that's-
everyone earns the same amount of sick time right now, but everyone earns a different amount of
Different amount of
vacation
vacation.
between that and the years that they've been here.
That's true.
I think we should keep it separate.
I think we should.
I mean,
too.
that's just my opinion. I don't.
That's what
like-
I
everybody's
think it's
used
just
to.
clean.
Yeah, don't change it.
Well, I do think there is something to the sick time, keeping some of that knocked down. Because if you had it all lumped in one, right now, they would just burn through it, Jim. They would not have any time at all. Right now, they kind of have to keep that sick, because you just can't use it all the time. But they literally, like, are living paycheck to paycheck on their hours. They don't, there's very few of them that actually have a bank, because they just burn through. So if you lump it in one, you don't really have that little buffer for them, that they just can't use sick every time. So I do think there is some of that, you might maintain some of there.
And I just think, I don't know if there's anybody in the county that would do this, this is the scenario. You want to use your sick time and you want to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden you get sick and have to have surgery and you're out for 6 weeks. Well, your sick time on vacation. How many people are gonna be like, oh, poor Colton? Hope you enjoyed that trip to Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? But, I just think it's cleaner lines all the way through, which is separate. That's just my opinion. Chuck, what do you-
Isn't there something about at the discretion of the elected official? So if your elected official said, if you said, I need a few days off for mental, or I just need to get away from here to be a better employee, and they said, fine, take a few days off. I mean, why would,
Why can't it just be up to the-
I mean, your time off request form has all the options on there. So if, you take it to your supervisor or your elected official, whoever approves yours and everything, and you tell them, I don't have any vacation time, can I use sick time that I have accumulated for this and everything? If they sign off on it, it shouldn't matter.
Do we
in my
still,
opinion.
it should be up to each really department.
It
We have
really
guidelines, but your department head,
Yeah,
whoever.
exactly.
Yeah,
Because
they have the right to say no. There is a rejected box
That is
there.
yeah,
correct.
there's rejected.
And
Right.
But now, is there something in there that says you have to have a doctor's excuse if you're gone from work X amount of days?
Yeah.
Or does that still say,
More than two, right?
More
More
than
than
2 consecutive days, you have to
Or is
have
it
a doctor.
also after elected's discretion? I don't remember.
I
2
don't,
days,
I don't know.
like, COVID was,
Geez, I was gonna say 2 days,
I
not a week.
I
I
don't
mean,
even go to the doctor when I'm sick, it's like just,
They don't,
exactly.
they don't make you stay home if you test positive for COVID anymore.
no, what I'm saying is you're gonna be sick more than 2 days, and why go to the doctor if you know you have COVID?
2 consecutive days though.
Exactly, but if you have COVID, you're gonna be out for more than 2 consecutive days, more than likely. Okay, maybe
Physicians
not,
are not telling you you have to be at home.
that's correct.
Yeah,
They're not telling you you have to be at home, but if you're sick and you have to go to the doctor, I mean, I don't go to the doctor if I don't have to, you know? But if I'm sick, I ain't wearing a mask either, cause I got asthma. But I'm not gonna come and expose everybody, you know?
So what do you think is justifiable, like a number of days without having someone calling sick for 5 days in a row and not
Yeah.
know they're in Hawaii or in California on
Our-
vacation?
My common one was always 3 days. If you're out for 3 days or more, I know that's only an extra day, but if you really are sick and you've been sick,
Yeah.
at that point in time, you're saying, I need to think about it.
But
Yeah,
You know?
you're after 3 days,
Also
treatment
says
better,
no
or you're
real-
going back to die, not to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
What?
It also says if there's if false evidence, you're subject to discipline up to and including termination. If you're lying about things, you're subject to.
So when Colton says he's home sick and he's out in California posting pictures on Facebook.
You're a freaking troublemaker.
You're just a bad
They like
employee.
picking on you, don't they?
You'll be like, "You're not
Travel
traveling."
a lot.
You've earned that time, so what does it matter?
I do agree with that.
Well, you're putting your department in,
A bind because you're not there.
Yeah.
Work.
I mean,
But if that department head, like, I mean, I approved PTO and all kinds of stuff.
well, if I'm out for 3 days and I'm posting pictures on Facebook and Karen knows
I mean,
she
surely
ain't
you're not
sick,
that
she's
dumb.
fine, why are you at work?
I mean, I tell my team, I'm like, if you don't want me to know, don't post it on Facebook. That's just what I tell my group, like,
You've earned that time, whether you're sick or not. You've earned it, so use it.
If you're gonna do like what you're saying and everything, you're going to talk with your manager and get that approved time off, and it's not going to put your department in.
Right,
in a
right.
cycle. You know, because if you're using it because
You're
you
not.
can't use it for what you're needing to go to, if you got a family reunion to go to and you don't have that time and you really want to go to that event and everything, I'm gonna call in and I'm sick, and you're only needing a long weekend or whatever, then, yeah, and according to this, you could get fired.
Sick, if there's an apartment, lose it.
Not if we can pay him out when we get this. We can do something like that where it's an incentive to not.
I like
and
that
burn
idea
it all
for the
up.
people who maxed, give them a little buffer.
Yeah.
Pay them out for
Pay them out,
some
incentive,
days.
thanks for
Calling
being
in
healthy
sick.
and staying,
Yeah,
staying in the
your-
job, you're
busting your
loyal.
butt
It's like a
for-
loyalty thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, we used to have, attendance programs and stuff too.
Wellness system.
If people went for the first quarter and there was no absenteeism from them and everything, we gave them $150, or we would give them 4 hours of vacation time, or, whatever
That
worked,
kind of sounds like our safety pay we used to have once upon a time,
Right,
Proceed as
because,
to get the 450
you're
a
going
year.
and then when you get sick.
But if you let them drop.
Did we ever finish the
Yeah.
2 to
Yeah.
5?
Yeah, I was like, I want to review that too. Okay, so we have 1 year is 40 hours.
You get your benefit.
Or so 1 week, I guess, of vacation, depending on your department. You know, everyone doesn't work 40 hours, 1 week of vacation. 2 to 5 years was 2 weeks. 6 to 10 years was 3 weeks.
does it need, because up here it says you're gonna start accruing that, like at your hire date or whatever, first day
right,
of work,
because you
does
give
it
it
need to be
it
like,
isn't accrued anyway, because they're getting that full 40 put in their bank when they get hired, so it's.
Well,
I just didn't know if it needed to say like 90 days to 2 years equals 40 hours or.
Oh, that's a, That's,
Well-
that, 90
I mean,
days.
in the thing, it says that you can't use it for 90 days, so I mean.
You get it at higher.
You get it at higher,
You just
but you can't ask for it off until you've been there for 90 days. The only thing that I would add to that is, because we do pay out for vacation if it's, but it does have a contingency there if it's on good terms. But if you have somebody that leaves in 6 months or
Nope, it
90
says 1
days,
year.
or, okay, but I'm just trying to give them
Oh, sorry.
an example, since we're giving this 40 hours and stuff, but that we wouldn't pay out
Right.
until after you've been there for a year.
Okay. So,
And maybe that's what it says.
I remember.
Yeah,
Six to
it's
ten-
to be
6 to
there
10
1
years,
year
3
and
weeks.
it's-
11 to 15 years, 4 weeks,
I'll show it.
and then anything above like 16 plus years,
What did you say, 11 to?
11 to 15 years, 4 weeks. And then 16 years plus. We have people that are here 20 years, right? There's some 20-year employees that they have.
We got,
Five,
Greg's been here for 30.
5 weeks. So then I think like 30 years, like if someone at 16 years is getting the same amount of vacation as I have at 30 years, like that's not fair.
Yeah, but you're never gonna,
I
Yeah.
know, I know. And that's probably unusual
Yeah.
because nowadays people don't stay, aren't gonna stay at a job.
no, you're lucky to get people to stay 2 years.
Yeah,
Where are we gonna stop? 12 or
16 plus,
Goes to what?
16 plus is 5 weeks. 16 plus years is 5 weeks, with 5 weeks. Is everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then have a thing in there that says if you don't use if you don't use all your time or can't use your time, your elected official can
Discretion.
I think that's.
get them, is that in there to get them paid out if, for
In situations where staff limitations prevent an employee from taking their vacation time, the department supervisor may authorize that their vacation time be paid out provided there is sufficient funds appropriated in the budget.
like,
I think that was old policy.
So my question is does everybody's budget have room to accommodate that?
She's the budget woman.
Because if not, then that's gonna create a whole nother
Isn't
mess.
that part of the figure?
What, vacation time?
Yeah, is that part of it?
that'll be a budget, that'll be budget this fall when we do it, because this won't take effect till next year anyway, so we'll have to figure
I
that
don't
out.
know, honestly.
Is that part of the calculation though? And how many
Vacation
hours
time?
in a year, Karen?
I would think so, yeah. Yeah,
There's not a line specifically for.
because you're still getting paid, you're still that
It's the
28 days,
days of
whatever.
the year that you
Yeah.
work. So it should be in the budget.
Yeah, that's it, should be in your budget.
I don't think that's vacation, that's regular hours. and
But you're not gonna be there
then-
that day.
That's right, you're not gonna work every hour, there's those times you're gonna take off. But you're still gonna get that money, it's still in the regular.
Like 1,976 hours, but you took off 3 weeks of that. It's still in that.
The
same
budget,
amount.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's in there.
I just didn't want to create a mess later on down the road.
And then we also budget at max, and not everybody's at max either, so.
True, that's. I'm not big on the department supervisor. I feel like that should be the elected official. On this, where you're paying out vacation, that's a bigger thing to me than just the supervisor.
Oh, yeah, that probably needs to be elected official on the paying out.
They authorize that the vacation can be paid out.
Yeah, I think it should be elected official.
Good call. Okay. And holidays, but we don't have that, okay. Sick leave. Can you use sick leave for doctor's appointments? That's the question I have.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're for.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Okay, so are we changing yours, where now they can accrue it when they're first hired, not won't have to wait 30 days or 90 days anymore?
Yeah, the system will only allow it to,
That would be wonderful.
yeah,
That's a hassle to keep up.
yeah.
It's 240 is what I have written there. I don't know what, that number, it says on here 480.
Well, Judge was wanting to change it to 408.
480, okay.
What is that, 8 weeks? How many weeks is it?
Depends on how many hours you work.
Yeah.
That's 12 weeks for me, maybe
12
12
weeks.
weeks. Done.
480. Then we have to try and come up with a different system to pay people out if we don't want to accrue up to 12 weeks. Good one.
What do you mean?
If you can accrue up to 480 hours and that's 12 weeks, like, at what point are you gonna pay them out, just not call it sick? Are we not gonna do that? Are we not interested in doing like that incentive to not call in and use it and then do the catastrophic leave?
I like the incentive instead of the 480.
Yeah, he was wanting the 480 because of, the road department's they're all maxed and everything. So he wanted to.
But that would give them incentive if they got paid out for 10 days or something.
Yeah.
and
Right,
then they give them
exactly.
that bumper, and they can accrue again,
Exactly.
then they don't use it, pay them out
Exactly.
again.
I agree.
Right.
Now, is that budget wise, does that affect budget, or is that?
It would.
It would, because you're paying for something that they're not.
But I mean, if you get somebody that is maxed out at 240 and if you can pay them out 2 weeks of that time so that they can start accruing again, that's a benefit for never calling in sick.
Right. And I think that's just a little bit,
So
And then-
we'll move that back 300, so put it.
actually, it's gonna go to 240.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that 300,
240,
280 AC policy. So put that back at 240.
And then I think in the big scheme of things, paying out 2 weeks here and 2 weeks there, it will not hit the budget as hard.
We said it.
If we're just paying out like increments of 2 weeks here for this and 2 weeks there, like, it's not gonna be this huge chunk where you have to
That's all.
like, that's why I said, hopefully. don't
I mean, you
have to
definitely are
hit
gonna wanna budget it for the very beginning of the year, because when this goes into effect, and if you've got, I
We'll
mean,
have to
right
figure out
now,
how many
right
people, how many
now,
clothes are
when
gonna be paid out.
when I just did, payroll last time, I think I've got 10 people that are maxed out and can't accrue anymore sick leave.
On what, for the whole county?
Uh-huh.
Surely it's more than that.
That's all that popped up on my report.
We got,
I was like, you probably got that one in law enforcement.
and this pay period, like several of us hit in our department. There are 4 of us, so.
Yeah, but those county boys, they've used theirs a lot. So I don't have, because they will call out because they don't want to lose their time. I've only got 1 or maybe 2 people in the county that are maxed. Karen's maxed. Tina's maxed.
We got the bulk of them.
You did.
Are we taking sick leave in 15-minute increments according? That's fine. I'm looking at
15 minutes.
No, we need to do 30.
30
That's
minutes.
30 up there.
Yeah,
Doesn't
30.
okay, so I need to change that to 30 minutes.
Take them away.
Yeah. like, I don't know where you can go in 15 minutes, we're lost in mountains over here in Yellowville, that's it.
Bathroom? I gotta take 15 minutes of sick time, y'all.
You say 15-minute mental health.
Yeah. I'll be
Yeah,
there.
15 minutes.
Okay, so do you want to keep that at, right now it's 8 hours a month, correct?
Yes.
Thoughts on that?
You require any other.
Yes.
What's the max you're allowed to carry over in sick time?
Well, you're always, it's always, you can only be capped at 240, so it isn't rolling anything over. It's the user
You
limit.
Use it at 240. That's your max that you can accrue is
Yeah.
240. Okay, that's what I meant. Sorry.
So you're accruing
96 hours.
96 hours a year. Yeah. So in if it was 3 full years, it'd be 288. minus 18. So like in 2.5 years, you're already gonna start getting
Yeah,
paid
because
out.
I
if you do
just
8
did,
hours.
I've never taken a sick day, and I had a year and a half, and I just did it this.
So do we wanna leave that at 8 hours, or do we wanna shorten that so they have to be here longer before they get paid out?
I wouldn't take benefits away. We need to shorten it.
We're giving you a lot more vacation, that's the thing. Otherwise, you're getting paid out a lot faster than 8 hours.
Yeah, but you're giving out on vacation, but it's like the longevity thing.
Right.
We don't,
I mean, the only thing that's really making a huge difference in vacation is that people are actually getting it when they get hired versus having to wait. I mean, yes, you are changing the amounts and everything and stuff.
Are you talking increase the sick and then do the incentive?
no,
We're decreasing the sick,
I wouldn't decrease
Due to the
any benefit.
like decreasing the number of hours you can accrue, but right now you accrue 8 hours a month, which I think is a lot. Because it-
Why?
That's a day.
It's a lot.
That's just a day.
That's,
I don't think that's a lot. It's what kids go to Fayetteville.
Right.
I
mean, for my
Fayetteville.
rheumatoid arthritis, I gotta go to Little Rock. So.
I don't think that's a lot at all.
I feel like it should maybe go up to 360 and then give the incentive. Increase the amount they earn up to.
So increase the total, keep it at 8 hours a
Then the
day.
incentive. It's 240s. How much is 240?
That's 6 weeks if you're working a 40-hour week, then not everybody works a 40-hour week.
Yeah, so if you have a pretty significant sickness, 6 weeks.
You can break your leg and be off work 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think about like.
So I'm
off
saying
work
if you go to
and
like
things.
360, I don't think any of those guys of mine earning up to 360, they just know they're losing it at 240. And they've been losing it for years. Karen's been losing it for years.
Right.
So to me, if you let it go to 360, then give them incentives after that. It'll take them longer to get up there.
Right.
And you're not gonna have very many employees that are gonna go to 360. There's just not that many people that are willing to do
No.
Okay,
that deal.
so we're gonna leave it at 8 hours a month, they're gonna get earned. We're gonna increase, you can accrue up to 360. And then get paid out for 2 weeks. Because your 2 weeks is the difference in their 2 weeks and their 2 weeks at the road or the port department, like
Well, I would make it a flat
80 hours.
number then, because you're getting 8 hours.
Yeah.
You're only getting 8
That's
hours,
true.
so I would make it that too, 80 hours is what.
I would do 80. I would do 80. It's just cleaner than having to go 86 for some.
Right,
80 is just more, and I don't think the 6.
So after 360 hours, you'll get paid out for 80 hours.
Can it be their choice? Like, how should we word that? Like, if they get maxed right away, are you gonna cut that incentive right away? Because what if they know they have an upcoming appointment and they're gonna use it or something? Like, how do you want it worded?
I mean, if they have, say they have FMLA coming up for a birth or something like that, and they're needing that, and they get that right 2 weeks beforehand or whatever, I would say that it needs to be up to the elected official for them to go get approval to be able to keep that time until they go off work for 2 weeks. But
Yeah, like what if they cap out at that 316, make like a birth?
Or you're gonna get a check, you just hang out of that check till you have the birth, and then you can't.
There you
still get
go.
the money, like,
yeah,
and you can cash
Take
it, put
the
it in the
money.
savings account, you just do with the money whatever you want, like.
there you go.
And now, do you earn sick if you're off like that? If you were off for a month?
The only time you earn it is if you're being paid.
And we fill a position's note after 3 days,
So sorry.
position note after 3 days of being sick is sufficient. Okay. Moving on. Do we just let me back up here just a moment, because we talked about so many things. Do we settle on if judge chooses to extend a holiday, we're all okay with that, you're gonna add the additional hours? Is that okay?
Does that need to be written? Or is that just gonna be like a?
That's not written right now, they extend the holiday and get paid, it just happens, that's why I don't, does it need to be written? That, I guess, is your question.
It is at the judge's discretion. It's in there.
Yeah, that's it.
But for who all gets paid, it's every employee should have gotten paid in law enforcement. is-
We return the holiday that's on the table. We had 4 hours.
I know our company, like our president, for the last few years, has always given us like, before we go on Christmas break, like a half a day, like whatever that holiday, whatever the day before Christmas starts. But they code it as a gift, like it's like gift 2025 or whatever. So you could do something, I mean, I'm assuming, payroll department.
Set up whatever.
I'm assuming that could happen like that, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to assume gets me, but,
I can make an earnings code for whatever you want to do.
but that would be what, like, if, you know, like a judge let them off at noon on the Thursday before, it can be coded as a
Yeah.
gift.
You just have to have funding in that.
Yeah.
So if you don't, and the way I understand government, kind of, if there was no funds in there, then an ordinance would have to be done to be able to move money in that funding department for that gift. I'm just going.
I'm sure there's an easier way in government rules.
Just not observe the holiday, doesn't have to,
Should we not observe them?
just observe.
Just observe them.
I don't get any extra days. Like no half day before the fourth or whatever.
Wow,
Because if we did that, it wouldn't happen.
you are absolutely correct. And we would need to put in there,
I would just take that sentence out about.
or, yeah, eliminate that sentence that the judge can.
Yeah, but y'all think about that. That happens, I think with Turkey Trot, doesn't it? Like, do they close earlier than Turkey Trot?
It's listed down as a holiday.
But Thursday.
I thought there was something the
Oh,
guys
do
brought
they?
up, that there's
I
like,
haven't been here for it. So.
yeah, I think someone said something like, sometimes it closes, the courthouse will close before a holiday or something like that happens. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but we don't want that to happen.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's gonna be more than just like sometimes a holiday. It could be, I don't know, they're having a shindig on Square that weekend or something and they're clearing out early. I mean, that kind of stuff can happen. So you
I
gotta
mean,
count
they
on
don't
that.
close down on Thursdays when they start setting up for turkey trot around 5 o'clock. And nobody closes the offices here at the courthouse they close at 4:30. But they're closed on Friday, we're off on Friday.
But that's listed as a holiday on your.
Yes.
That's fine.
And it did, used to be, back in the day, we used to be open, but it got to be such a problem with kids running in and out of the courthouse and messing bathrooms up, people can't park, and can't conduct business, they decided it just needed to be a holiday.
That sounds like a terrible idea. It sounds like a terrible mess. It's all
So if
around.
we just eliminate that sentence. Additional holidays may be proclaimed by the county judge, just eliminate that sentence.
The only other time we've had issues is if we had a water leak in one of the bathrooms and it just made a huge mess and they had to close the courthouse down.
Yeah, but that isn't a holiday.
Or,
Yeah, that's-
no, it wasn't a holiday, but there's different incidents that he has had to do that, or
I
we've
mean,
been without power.
That's
There could
underneath the,
that could be inclement weather.
Yeah.
Electricity
Unavoidable-
goes
unavoidable
out.
closure.
Right.
Yeah, unavoidable.
that's not. holiday.
That's under E.
Okay, all right.
Unavoidable closure.
Okay. So we're at, for inclement weather and or other unavoidable closures.
I think this is here where I don't know the rules, but, I don't know if it's covered in this. But emergency, the bottom paragraph, essential and emergency employees shall not be eligible to exercise the inclement weather absence. So that's mostly gonna be road department and our guys.
Road bridge, sheriff's department, and emergency dispatcher, it's all in that bottom sentence.
So if a road guy can't get out and go to work, or a deputy can't get out, like they've tried to get out their driveway and they can't, they don't get that weather that everybody else in the county does.
Well, I would think that'd be up to the elected official.
Well, I turned it in and I was told, no, I cannot do that.
Up above, it says absences due to inclement weather shall not resort to disciplinary action at the discretion of the elected official. Maybe we get, the judge wanted that added, maybe we can add something like around there about the
Okay,
weather.
that is a new ad. Yeah, I know that happened with one of our deputies. He tried for an hour. I heard him on the radio trying to get out, couldn't get out, and he couldn't get to work. And so I tried to give him an inclement weather day, and I was told that I can't do that.
Well, I think that, obviously, all the calls for weather, I mean, if the road department's all out, they need to have an incentive if they're getting extra,
Well, what I was always told that
I
is
don't know, like comp time or extra.
if they're working weather, that's paid at overtime hours.
The road department is our guys are not.
Then it should be, I think it should be everybody that's listed on.
I was told that. I think the last HR girl told me that they automatically go to overtime and we do not.
Well, I think it should be both.
Well, it should be everybody that's listed on here, whether it's the bridge department, sheriff's department, and emergency dispatchers. If it's listed on their timesheet as weather hours, then they should be paid a time and a half.
We have a weather work code, I believe.
Yeah, there's something about weather in here that they get paid overtime.
Do we need to
I
add,
got canned on it.
do we need to
What do you
add,
want with me?
Thank you.
do we need to
I want to fight for them, guys.
do we need to add jailers on there or just switch that all
Jailers are
to
the law enforcement.
law enforcement
Yeah,
section?
they would be considered law enforcement, emergency personnel.
You put it on that timesheet as a W. That's
I
how
did
I'll
do
take it.
that.
Well, you got
The
me.
judge said I can't do that.
I'll,
It was just not close kind of.
They are allowed the W pay. So like if they cannot get out, they don't get paid at all. And I feel like that should be corrected.
Everybody that's,
That's another.
anybody that is an hourly employee should be paid what is
It's out of your
being,
control.
that is correct.
I understand, I mean, that's why I fought the fight, but
Yeah.
the thing is when you are called emergency personnel, and those rules don't apply to you, that's what we were told, they don't apply to us. And there were 24 hours. I tried to give an employee
Gino will make
a
it
weather
right.
day.
So that's, you can never.
She's gone through that multiple times already.
And I don't know if that's a fair labor standards thing with emergency personnel, I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
When he goes through this. So.
I would look, I mean, I don't know the fair labor on emergency or people, I don't. But there's a huge thing between hourly people and salaried people. And I would say that if they're all hourly employees, they have to be treated the exact same. They all should be getting their, if they work holiday, they need to be paid their holiday pay plus whatever time that they work. If they are having to work and we closed, they should be paid the closure time plus the hours that they work. which
Did the person get paid at all?
I was
Not at
told-
all?
I was told, not for that day.
That's
I was
not
told
right. That's not right
That
at all.
came from Jason.
That's not right. That's not right. Law enforcement's under.
No, I mean, I can see if like you didn't hear that person on the record.
I heard it.
Trying to legit get out of their driveway.
It's not like we have.
I don't have to get out, right, I have to get back in
That
the
was, I
driveway.
mean, I would ask really bad. I-
Yeah. You're not gonna give them overtime.
And there's usually one day to go see you.
Yeah.
You gotta see.
So is it worth the battle for 1 or 2 days?
Yeah. That's not.
Just pay it.
I was
For
told that
hourly
Sherry
employees.
and I was told Sherry and I can have the W.
Do you want, if you, tell people, you come to work, we're up, you know, I mean,
Because we're classified.
in some bigger city worlds,
Right.
you'd be looking at lawsuits.
Yeah, so.
You know, so I mean, it just.
Yeah, I think we have to pick and choose our battles. I agree.
Yeah.
So.
As long as they're being
Sure,
paid
as long as they're being
correctly.
paid for it,
Yeah.
fair is fair, that's the big thing. Everybody else gets paid.
Exactly,
Some
I
people are
mean,
not being paid.
even
It's like
on
working
that
12 hours.
4-hour deal, I mean, they should have, every employee should have had it on.
So they get paid, so do they get paid overtime, is that what you said?
I'm sorry,
They get paid overtime, or they just get paid
who's that?
the
In the weather.
road,
Weather?
yeah. how did-
When they're out there working in the weather, they get paid overtime.
It's overtime.
For the whole
That whole
For,
shift.
for whatever shift that they work. If they
How many
work
days
4
on
hours
work?
out there on weather, they got 4 hours of overtime. If they work 12 hours of,
Who's the judge of that?
their,
Elected
their,
official.
their supervisor and the elected official who signs their time sheets.
So when
That's the way it is.
roads are cleaned up where they don't have to work longer than their 10-hour shift,
Yeah.
then they're considered
And-
back on.
And weather doesn't account really for that many. It's when we have a downpour of rain and they're flooded and they're trying to fix a bridge so people can get down a mountain or whatever like that. You really don't see that many weather hours like that, but they definitely are there. And then some of them too are like, because what we've been doing here recently is looking through all the timesheets and making records of that stuff for FEMA, because we'll actually collect money for that and everything for those hours that they were paid from FEMA for 20.
Yeah, so like in our case, like with the tornado, where some people weren't on duty, we had to call people in. Those would be automatic overtime hours.
What about the guys that work their scheduled shift?
They'd be at overtime, correct?
Do what?
With the guys that say they got on an inclement weather day or a tornado day, if they were scheduled to work, they'd still get the overtime rate. Or would they just
If
be
they're
regular rate?
No, if they're working in the inclement weather, they're getting overtime.
If the county shut down, I guess. County would be
If
shut
it-
down.
If the county shuts
If
down.
that manager marked it as a W,
The county has to be, the courthouse has to be shut.
That's what I'm
That's
gathering.
what I would understand. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise everybody can be at work.
So if clerical is not at work,
Yeah, if the judge says that we're closing the county down, and I think it's worded as the county, not just the county office.
Yeah.
That would tell me that that's a special situation.
If the county judge closes county offices due to inclement weather, the employees who are unable to come to work shall be paid for their scheduled hours of the day as though they had worked. It goes on to everything else. Essential emergency employees shall be eligible to exercise the inclement weather absence. Essential and emergency employees are those working in the road and bridge department, sheriff's department, and emergency dispatchers.
Okay, it says if an employee is asked to report to work despite closure, they shall be paid for their hours actually worked at their straight time rate. That's not happening with the courthouses, or what the road department's saying, correct? If their hours were.
No, it's getting overtime, right?
So that needs to be changed.
If their hours worked do not equal at least their regularly scheduled shift for the day, they should be paid under the inclement weather policy, the difference of the hours.
Do you want it changed back to the, like, it could, county offices and other departments? Cause like, I mean, the transfer station's not a county office, but they get shut down as well when the annex and, the courthouse does.
I think he says county offices and departments is how the last one he put the 4th of July one, he said all county offices and departments.
Okay, is that okay if we change to that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if the courthouse offices or department is not closed by the judge for the employees and the report. Okay,
So the line that says if they have to still report to work, is that gonna be straight or
say that again.
the line after, where it says if an employee is asked to report to work despite the closure, they shall be paid for their hours actually worked at their straight time rate.
You want it straight or overtime?
If they are,
They have to work on an inclement weather day when the office is closed.
if they have to work, it's overtime.
Okay, it says straight on here, that's why I'm asking.
Then it needs to be changed to overtime. I thought you meant when they were scheduled to come in, but couldn't get out or couldn't come in. I was like, oh, that's the W, that's the.
And to me, that would make it to where it says if their hours work do not equal at least their regular scheduled shift. So like, if I had to go in for 4 hours, I would get the 8 hours.
Right.
But if they're at overtime and they work 4 and get to go home, I say just give them 4 at overtime rate and not pay them for the whole day overtime. Why would you pay them for hours they didn't work if they're already getting overtime rate? They have their benefit there.
Right. I agree with you.
So I would think if you're a automatic overtime person, you would get overtime for the hours you work. But if you're a clerical person that you go in for, you should get the whole 8 at regular rate. See what I'm saying?
It's off.
again,
Well, I
So,
still they
A person
are.
that has to report for work on an inclement weather day, they go straight to overtime, such as road department and our guys. Then if they only work 6 hours, they're not gonna get paid 8 hours at overtime rate, which is what this is saying. They would do their regular shift. For me, because I'm a straight time person, I go in and work 4 on an inclement weather day, I'm gonna get paid for the whole 8 at regular rate.
Because she's not
Cause
on.
I'm just like them. Either you go in and work a little bit, or you don't work at all, you still get your 8 hours.
Well, I did that wrong. I did that wrong because in my past, if we closed and something, and so like, when we had inclement weather back in February, and I had to come in and I had to do payroll, and I came in, they gave us 8 hours of inclement weather, and I had to work, I don't remember how many hours it was, but I was paid for that 8 hours. I had Amber in
holiday
there as
work?
well. So we was both paid for inclement weather of 8 hours plus the amount of actual time that we was there.
You might do it that way for the straight hour people, if they come in, because that's like a holiday work.
Right, I mean, cause you're
You should
you're
be getting
being
that
told
8 hours
you
off, but you're coming in and
Exactly,
working
I
anyway.
and then
I
you
agree.
get
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and that's how I've always done it.
I agree.
But what would you do with an overtime person if they work 6 hours and not 12?
Only pay them the 6
They only
hours.
get paid for
Six.
the
That's overtime rate.
At the
Right.
overtime
Yeah,
rate.
okay, that's how I think we need to word that.
Got that, Cheyenne?
No.
Clear as mud, right?
I think we should classify the two, if an overtime, like if a essential worker has to come in and they go straight to overtime, they are paid for their actual hours worked. If they're the, I don't know how you want to say the other one, if they come in and work a partial day and get straight pay, they would get that plus the inclement weather.
That's overtime anyway.
It's still gonna be overtime for you,
Yeah,
but,
so what
but you
difference does it really
calculate it
make?
different. You're gonna be calculated differently than a 12-hour employee.
She's still running over there and trying to give her a break. Are we doing okay?
Plus, your 8 hours, Gina, is not gonna force you into overtime.
Well, no, because it's not hours work.
Right. But the guys would go straight to overtime. So that would be calculated.
Probably. It's gonna be- All right.
It's like chicken scratch.
Bereavement leave.
As long as you can understand.
And we'll relook at it anyway and. if we
Yeah, when she
see
goes through the
something-
changes.
If we
we'll-
see something like impairment instead of impairment, we'll get it.
We go over it together.
Don't give her any slack, none.
Uh, Anything on the agreement, right? Deed, sorry, that was signed to be. But
You're taking out great grandparents?
They used to not have spouse in there.
Are you serious?
can't go to your house.
Oh my God.
Stay home.
I mean, people are gonna go, you're gonna go whether,
It's
whether
gonna
or
be,
not.
it'll be at your elected
The
official's
official's
discretion.
Yeah, they also used to have it to where you could only have, what was it, 2 days a year
Yeah.
of bereavement?
Yeah.
So
Your
if
grandparents-
your
One
mom
year,
died this
yeah.
month and dad died this
Yeah.
month, you can't go.
Sorry.
It's like, choose to take one.
Sorry,
One
Mama.
bereavement here.
Sorry, that's-
I like daddy dater, sorry.
Okay, FMLA,
I wouldn't change nothing.
that's, I'm like, that's all.
That's all legal.
Shoot,
I
we're gonna
wouldn't
skip
do
right
nothing.
past that and not change anything. Which puts us down to. Leave without pay. Page 20. Did I miss one? It's all.
That's FMLA and Disability Act and stuff.
Military leave,
I wouldn't-
that's all,
I wouldn't.
that's
touch-
all
I was
legal.
like, that's
I
all under
wouldn't touch
FMLA.
any
I'm
of
not-
that.
I was going for the
I
next
would-
alpha letter.
I
but,
would go to the next, where I would start next is jury duty.
It's, yeah.
H is leave without pay. On
Is that
page
just, are you talking about
25.
Yeah, but it's
just if
all
they have no
ADA stuff.
time? Is that just like if they have no time, not just, I want to take a day off and I don't have any leave? Is
No,
there a
leave.
policy about that?
No, leave without pay, that's part of the FMLA stuff.
Well,
And the
no,
American Disabilities
it's leave without pay for a non-ADA or FMLA reason. May be granted by elected official discretion that shall not exceed 60 days.
Okay, so we don't have to give it to them. I know, like,
Oh, no, it's
No.
gonna be by the
It's
elected
up to your
official.
discretion. Military leave, I'm assuming this is all legal
That's
stuff that
all
we
legal,
can't
too.
change, we can't change that. Jury duty. Parent leave,
This is changed massively.
Yeah, and I have a feeling there'll be discussion.
do we want to stop it?
Yes,
Yeah.
and let's stop.
Mhm.
Okay. I was like, is that,
Oh, that's weird.
is that for this?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where you got that from. That's from an AAC thing.
Yep, it was one little page you went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, this is a lot of stuff Judge wants to change.
Oh, okay.
Because
And
ours right
Wait.
now is
10 district.
Okay. So we're stopping, right? We're gonna end, we're not gonna touch, parental leave.
that's a heavy one.
It is, it'll be
On
like
page
the
26.
vacations.
Okay. Anybody else have anything else? Y'all were doing great work here. I know this is not easy stuff, but we're powering through it. Then we can go back to the catastrophic leave and figure that out. Does that need to be in there?
It
Or
doesn't
is-
need to be on the,
Is that something
it has to be a
separate?
program that
Okay.
is separate
Okay.
from the policy. Because that way you can end it or,
Because I want to get through this.
Whatever,
Yeah,
at
and
any
there's no
time.
time to get through this. And then
Exactly.
get, I mean, we're already into July.
yeah,
I'm like,
I would
we want to get this done so it can be implemented in June.
I would do catastrophic leave as a whole different thing.
By chance, did you get that second attachment?
I was just gonna ask you about that.
About working comp.
Well, there's other stuff, like the
More
children in the
edits?
workplace, it was additional stuff. We've already gone over a lot of those sections.
I don't have the app to open the second attachment.
Okay.
I can open the first one, she sent the notes.
What is going on with these tablets? That's it.
Well-
iPads all the way.
They should be asked.
With section O, one through conversation, there's misunderstanding, that's not supposed to be in here at all.
Okay.
But there are some things that we noticed that weren't in there from the old policy, like COBRA stuff, some stuff about the law enforcement on holiday leave. And then some travel reimbursement stuff talking that probably needs to be added.
Okay.
We can go over that.
Can we add that to next time?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
When's your next meeting?
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
When's your next meeting?
Chuck makes a vote, oh, I'm sorry, August 28th at 5:30.
Need somebody to somebody to be secretary. I'll be out of town for a work meeting.
Not acceptable.
Sorry, I already rearranged it twice, trying to accommodate court, so. I'll be in Texas or Kansas for
If you can, I know you're busy, if you could ask for deadlines, if you could get that, those updates by August 22nd.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I
Are you kidding? She'll have them done probably tomorrow.
I asked the judge that question, you know, because, yeah, Dawn's so good about getting out the packets and stuff, but I'm like, I need the weekend before the meetings to go through all this stuff, because I'm too busy Monday through Thursday with working, that I don't have time, like, so when stuff gets sent like the day of or the day before, I'm like, I look at this once a week, maybe, if I tell it, and that's it, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, you sent something, I'm like, I don't have time to look.
Maybe you should make it as a thing that you send it out a week prior, so on the 20, that way they know that it's there and they have that time to look at it or something.
What is it we're
Just a
sending
thought.
to you?
If you have
Just
it
the
done by the
updates that they,
21st.
just the updates, if she can send me like the week, like the Friday, we meet on Thursday, like the Friday before that, because I like to have the weekend so I can go through all that. So I asked the judge about that. I said, is there any way we can have like anything that's coming through that following week? Can it be sent by the end of the business day on Friday? I said, I just like to prepare and have time to look stuff over. I don't like being surprised with things that, and I know there's some things that have to be surprises that come through that are last minute, that are emergency type things, but I'm like, I don't like making a split decision and not having time to think about things and look at things and
Well, and if you make it a rule of whatever, to have it that Friday before the meeting for absolutely anything.
Budget needs to be
That
done, yeah.
way, it doesn't get lost in an email because they sent it out the next day, or they sent it out this day, or whatever. And that way, it's always consistent, everybody knows when it's
I
supposed
just
to
like
be
being
sent,
prepared.
and everybody knows when it's gonna go to their inbox.
Would you prefer it to be set like that? Because I know I sent this one, that they said it about, like, on the date, and that was like, I don't know, for example, I think it might have been like the 8th or something, that was a few weeks ago. Did it get lost in the email?
No.
Did you find it?
You just gotta scroll way back, so if you send it,
Exactly,
if
that
you
way
send it
it works.
early, that's fine, but send it again if you don't care.
Yeah, okay, that, no, or.
Because it was funny, because I went on and I had to see if you had sent anything, because I was gonna send you an email, and be like, do you have, are you working on those updates? Like, I was hoping to have this, so I had to tell you, and I was like, oh, they're there, she already sent it for you. Just don't complicate things, Karen.
I know. Too high tech, I'm so sorry.
That way it
Every
goes out.
department,
Check those, you can just send it over.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I
have
feel
to-
good.
Oh, right, I just said, Microsoft Office, out in the outlook.
Yeah, I got-